Hi, I'm here with Mike Forbes, Midwest Regional Manager for TÜV Rheinland Industrial Services.
Hi.
Hi. We are here to talk about something that most people take for granted, highway signs and lighting integrity.
Yes. It's a pretty scary thing that everybody just goes by without realizing how dangerous the situation could actually be.
Yeah. So can you talk a little bit about the dangers? What happens?
Well, what happens to a sign structure is it goes through elemental changes, it goes through high winds, the bolted connections become loose, different things happen, and actually through a series of time the welds can start fatiguing and cracking and the bolts become loose, and all of a sudden next thing you know the sign is just hanging there and can fall down, and actually in the past has fallen on top of vehicles or in front of vehicles and causes accidents or pileups on the highways, which can cause loss of life.
So who is responsible for the upkeeping?
Um, the maintenance departments for the Department of Transportation or local agencies are usually the people that are responsible for taking care of the routine maintenance of them, keeping the grass and everything trimmed around them, the dirt and things from piling up from years of just being out there. But a lot of times they'll hire a third-party inspection agencies like ourselves to come around and verify that the welds and that the bolts are sound. And that's what TÜV Rheinland Industrial Services has been doing since 1991 for the state of Michigan in particular, is going out and checking the anchor bolts using different types of NDT methods to verify that they're in good shape.
Can you see that with the naked eye? Is it something that normal inspector or just an employee, maintenance employee, would be able to see with the naked eye?
Well, most of the time, if they're properly trained and have a certified welding inspection certificate or have had years of training, yes, then you can see some of the problems with the naked eye, but others you can't. Other verifications like loose bolts and rust and stuff like that, loss of section, sometimes you can see with the naked eye, but sometimes when you're measuring the thickness of the pole itself around the base, it can be rusting from the inside out, and you would never see that.
What would cause that?
Condensation. Usually they'll have a weep hole or an area for the water to run out of, but sometimes that gets plugged up with debris or different types of things, and the water condensation runs down inside, and the next thing you know it'll actually fill up to a certain level, and at that level where the water interfaces with the oxygen, it causes a rusting condition, and it'll actually rust just like a perfect circle right around the inside of that pole, so it becomes thinner and thinner and thinner until eventually it fatigues and fails.
What types of beatings do these poles take sometimes?
Well, there's impacts, just minor impacts. People will run off the road, bump them, not think anything of it, puts a dent into it, but then it starts corrosive action going on in the inside at that point. Other times they're hit by lawnmowers or highway equipment maintenance that nobody really thinks too much about it. The other thing are natural causes like rain, high winds, things like that you normally don't think of. Lightning strikes, other things can happen, and you have just per district thousands of sign structures out there. If you ever get bored when you're traveling down the road, just try to count how many different sign structures you see or light poles. There's thousands of them. So
that's something to
yeah,
stay awake at night, I think.
Exactly.
If you're looking at capturing the data, looking at this, is there any tool that you have?
We have developed, personally, we've worked with a company, we've developed a data management program where we can take the data collected and provide it to the DOT in such a way, or the end user in such a way, that they can pull this data up, put their maintenance records alongside it. It is actually a great tool for our customers to be able to use the management of the data that we've given them. Before, it was just going into paper files and being filed away, and nothing would really correlate unless they had a problem. They'd have to dig it up. Now you can have instantaneous access. When we see a problem in the field, we can send the data to the engineer on staff or on record and say, hey, we're looking at this, we have a problem, you might want to verify this. And then from the data that we've collected, they can see it immediately and send a crew out if they feel necessary, or schedule the maintenance to have it repaired at that time. So most of our all of our customers have been extremely pleased with this new data management program that we have.
Good. So is this a game changer?
It is a game changer. It is very value added. It is stuff that they both sides are starting to use, which is the best part. We're selling it or utilizing it with the maintenance departments, and now the installation departments are coming out saying, hey, when we put up a new structure, let's put that onto this data management program so that we can correlate it with the maintenance, and then we can just start keeping track and record. Maybe we have a high area that's exposed to high winds or a lot of impacts. There's a lot of accidents or things that are going on in this particular area, and then we can use that data to determine how much money we're going to need 5 years from now to replace, repair, do that type of stuff. So it's becoming a maintenance tool plus an installation tool. So that's fantastic for these guys.
That's great.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you very much.